right, you're welcome to this episode of Mailbox. My name is Wale, and here with me we've got
Adesho.
All right, so you're welcome. We've got a couple of questions to a couple of mails from different people all over the world, and we would like to take them on this particular episode. So this is from Chinwe, Lagos, Nigeria. Says, I am 34 and I met a 48 years old single man last year. Frank is wealthy, handsome, and is very good to me, but he is single at the age of 48. He has never been married and doesn't even have a child. This looks like a big red flag to me. I've asked him and he keeps saying he never met the right woman. He wants to marry me and is willing to take care of me. It is so enticing, but I am not too comfortable with this, and honestly, seeing this is a big red flag. Am I overthinking this?
Yes. Chinwe, you're overthinking it. And I really don't understand why you have phobia for nice things. So, Chinwe, I think you're actually overthinking it, because before you guys can get to the level of saying, I want to marry, you don't want to marry, I mean, there's a form of due diligence that you guys have gone through. You can't put that on us based on advice. There are certain things. So that's why sometimes when people say, oh, this person, this man of God said this person, I want to choose between 3 people. The man of God said the one that is short. What do you say? Because don't forget that this person, even if we give you some sort of advice, you actually understand the relationship better than we do. There are certain due diligence. I mean, if the guy is somebody that you want to marry, in as much as he's checking you out, you also need to check certain things. If you don't do that and you get into the marriage, it won't be on us that advised you that there's no red flag. It will be on you. So, I mean, that responsibility or that act of you doing your due diligence as far as asking for questions, I mean, relations and people and things about the person and vice versa, it has to be on you and you have to do it. I mean, from what I've seen, this guy is everything you want in a man. And from character, you are okay. It's just too good. No, it's because it's too good to be true now. Because at his age, he doesn't have a child. Because obviously you're in a world whereby before you reach a certain age, it's either you have a baby mama so whatever is happening in this world, don't you think you're actually special? Maybe God has just been keeping some special things for you, and it's time for it to be unveiled. Everything you've been praying for is happening right in your face, and you're not even embracing it. So, I mean, it's worrisome. So, try as much as possible to change your mindset and start seeing that this thing is for real and it's here to stay. And as if you begin to think like that.
Okay, so like Adesho said, so the due diligence is extremely important. One of the main reasons for dating is that you consistently are asking questions about this person. Have you met this person's friends? Have you met this person's family? What do they have to say about that? You know, those kind of background checks. And to be honest, one of the biggest background check you could ever have is the person of the Holy Spirit. Once you pray about the situation, any red flag, perhaps this is one of the reasons why the thing looks too good to be true. So if you speak to the Holy Spirit about it, and He will tell you specifically, because that's the duty of the Holy Spirit. He says He will teach you all things. So about this chap, you need to ask the Holy Spirit, what exactly should I be looking out for, or what exactly is the red flag? Don't just bring out red flag. As a matter of fact, all of these things can ruin what God has actually made fall on your lap. And so be very careful. As much as you're being careful about the red flag, you should also look through the entire process to say to yourself, is this what I should be focusing on? I hope that helps you. So our next mail is coming from Toronto, like they say. Not Toronto, Toronto. So this is from Patrick from Toronto. He says, for 1 year plus, I have noticed that nothing interests me anymore. I have literally become so numb, from gatherings to people, to entertainment, to football, even down to my faith. I have completely lost interest in anything, and I don't know where it came from. Everyone around me is complaining so much. Do you think I need help, or it will wear off soon?
Patrick, you need help. And that help is the help of the Holy Spirit and self-help too. So it's like So a lot of, I think is a functioning, and funny enough, Patrick is not even in Nigeria. So there's a way we wear ourselves out. Sometimes that you have brain drain. Everything is blocked. Everything is meaningless. At that point, you just need to let go. Just don't do nothing. Stop forcing anything. Just let it face off, like naturally. So you need a break as well, obviously. Whatever is wrong with you, I really don't know. I can't say. But you just need to probably start with a change of routine, you know? Like maybe there's an habitual practice that you're just used to and it's just keeping. Maybe you are even in a job that you hate so much, because for you to be seen bad in every situation of your life, because it's looking like every angle of your life. How is your love life? Are you married? Do you have kids? How is your job? Do you enjoy it? Something needs to change. It could actually be one change that would trigger the
no, but what got me a bit worried was when he mentioned that even his faith. So, and to be honest, well, I'm not sure what faith you belong to, but from the name Patrick, I want to believe you're a Christian, right? But the dynamics of this actually speaks to the fact that the moment you become numb in every single area, it means that every single thing is like routine to you. And like Adesha mentioned, perhaps you need a bit of change, but beyond the change is, I think you're making progress, if you ask me, for you to be able to articulate that you have a problem, and it's a good first step. In fact, most people would not even be bold enough to accept that they are numb to a number of things that used to get them excited.
I agree.
So now that you've done that, I think you need to take the further steps to talk to someone, all right, who can help you walk through this process of identifying and what the next step will be. If you ask us, I mean, the first thing will be to change a routine, but you can even change the routine and still nothing still helps. So the best way to do is make sure you see someone, possibly a Christian, who is a therapist and can help you walk through the process of getting the joy, so to speak, back. But if you ask us directly, the only person that gives joy is God. And it's everlasting, so to speak. So even your faith process that you're numb to, you might also want to have a rethink on that. I hope that helps. So we go to the last question for this particular episode, and this is from Ima from Lagos, Nigeria. It says, all my life, I have struggled to manage my time effectively. This has affected me a lot over the years. I've missed out on great deals and opportunities because of not being able to manage my time well. I'm literally the king of procrastination. Even this mail, I procrastinated sending these and asking for your help since last year. I'm a software engineer and I lost a 5 million naira contract last week and it pained me to my bones. Please help me. How do I deal with this?
Okay, so Ima, I see a lot of indiscipline from what you've said. So let's start by you buying a wristwatch. That's a joke. So, I mean, funny enough, it makes a lot of sense. So there are a little of details that people really don't, they feel it's just you trying to be like a genius or try and plan. If you don't plan, there was one message I was listening to, and this very known man of God was saying that even if you're praying and you have not even been intentional about what you're praying for, you are just praying and miss. So same thing too with planning. You will keep losing money. You will keep procrastinating because life is cause and effect. That's the truth. If you don't see it that way, you just keep living life as it is. If you know that if you fail to respond to a mail, you won't meet up. If you don't go show up for a business conversation, you won't be picked. If you don't negotiate. So these things are cause and effect. Don't just live. When you begin to plan, so you can start by having a calendar, you know, I mean, we have a lot of, thank God you're a software engineer, so all these apps is at your beck and call. So all you just need to do is work with your calendar, do some planning, do a to-do list, have a plan for the week. It could even be per hour, have a plan for the month, have a quarterly plan, have a yearly plan. People talk about goals. It's beyond talking about. Right. You must, if you want to achieve a goal in February, you must start talking about it. It's just like people that are preparing for Olympics. And then when it comes to July, they are running up and down to say, oh, Olympics is here. You would have been planning like 12. I mean, a lot of great things that we see happen, or great things that we see happen to people is as a function of planning. Right. This gathering that we find ourselves in, it was planned. So don't just live life like everything's going to happen by magic. If you are really, really struggling with time management, you have to be intentional about what you do, how you do, when you do it. Don't just leave your time open. Oh, there's a meeting for 2, I mean. There's a meeting for 4, I mean. There are people like that. They just don't know when to stop or when to say, oh no, I don't have to do this. So I think you start from trying to plan how you live per day, and that's so you can use stick-ons, you can use to-do lists, you can use software tabs and the like.
So I actually want to believe that the trigger for this particular mail started with the 5 million naira contract. So and sometimes some of these things, losing money can actually be a big trigger. Now, if you go back in time, there are quite a number of things that you have lost that you're not even aware of. But this is the one that triggered you. So I would advise that you have an accountability partner who essentially helps you draw the amount of loss that you might have. If you probably have, say for instance, a child, all right, the ripple effect of one action that you don't take has multiple streams into it. Say for instance, you're meant to attend, like say for instance, the entire sport. The long-term effect of it, so everything, like she mentioned, everything has a cause and effect. So there are consequences to every single action. Me not standing up at a particular time to wake up has a long-term effect on the quality of life you live, on your health, on businesses, and most importantly, on your loved one. So the 5 million naira would have probably gone a long way in helping people that you love, all right, not just yourself. Now, multiply that effect, so to speak, across the entire spectrum. You will see that you've actually lost way more than that 5 million. If that triggers you, then it's important that you actually get help in the sense that you look for people who you respect, who can hold you accountable to your actions, and then multiply that effect. I think you can restore yourself back into profitability and effectivity. So get an accountability partner.
And it's even looking like this guy, I don't think he's a married man. Because you can't be a married man and be having challenges.
Well, there's some people can do that.
To a certain extent, even the ones that are not responsible, you know that some things are time conscious. Then you cannot even call yourself the king of procrastination. How do you live life? He has even crowned himself. How do you live life?
He crowned himself the king.
So Ima, I think we've been able to like address your issue. Let's have a feedback from you and let's see how we've been able to help.
So we've come to the final question on this last episode, and I'm sure we've been able to help you in answering some of these questions. My name is Wale, and I'm signing out. Here we have
Addition.
Peace.
Bye.